Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I know it's been a long time since I've streamed anything, but I had to keep the rest of this build a little bit of a secret. So, without further ado, let's get this thing started. First thing I'll say is I wanted to do this at nighttime to show you what it looks like at night. And then I'll turn on the mining helmet, and as we're going into the morning as well, then I will give you a second run through of the base so you can see what it looks like in the daytime. For now, this gets to be your opening shot. This is what my castle looks like from afar, from several frames up, at nighttime. Nice and lit up, nice and pretty. So let me get down from here. And we're going to give this a go. Just trying not to break my leg, and then I remembered this is the last time I'm going to load this map up, so screw it. Let's break some legs. Alright. This is our porch slash runway to be able to ride a mini bike in and out of here. The wife put some potted plants up because she said it looked good, and you know what? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I've got, this is all adobe. I've got adobe ramps, allow the mini bike to get up easier, and to allow zombies to walk up instead of punching their way through the corner like they like to do. I'm going to give you a quick tour so you can see what she looks like in the dark with its natural lighting. This is the forge room. Got our supply boxes here. Got all the smeltables. Stuff for concrete mix, which we've used the mostly used out of here. Got a little bit of water in here, like, you know, a blacksmith would use for a forge. He'd pull the hot metal out, beat it on the anvil that we've created here, dunk it in the water, and then go back to beating on it some more. Got our 2 cement mixers right here. Got a skylight up there. Got a chimney over the forges that actually comes out on top. Got my scary ass wife standing over there all quiet like, thinking she's a zombie and gonna jump out and eat me. Over here we have the inn. This is a wood log that I've upgraded because it looks like a barrel. It was a total accident, and it worked out pretty good. This is our inn, with its natural lighting, candles on the wall instead of torches. Gives it just the right ambience of being in an old school inn, or not an inn, but a tavern, late at night. We've got our, you know what, I'm just going to fire these up. We have our cook fires in the fireplace here. So, fireplace gives off a nice cozy light. Got a couple of candles over the mantle of the fireplace. And here's where we keep our kegs of beer. But, in reality, that's not it. This is where we keep our beer. Lots of beer. Keep seeds here, which we should have put somewhere else, but we didn't. Sorry about that. Stupid phone. Okay, this is where we keep our food. And this is the bar. I'll explain more of how I built this in the... no, we'll do it now. This is wood plates. I laid down wood plates for the sides and for the top, and then stuck in the food crates down here at the bottom, underneath, so the bartender can serve straight from here. And the wood plates had a gap in it, so I decided to put wood poles in, and they worked out just perfect. It made like a little lip, like you would find on a real-life bar. Built the corner post up, attached it to the walls. This was the first building we built inside the castle walls. I've got wood poles underneath the windows for kind of like window ledges. Wife named it the Inn of the Last Home Tavern. If any of you read Dragonlance books, you know what that is. And this is also a wood pole. I put the wood pole on, then I put a sign right here on this block, spun it to that side, and was able to write on it. So it looks like the sign is actually hanging from that pole coming out there. These are hitching posts that you would tie your horses to way back in the day. The wife decided it was a nice little decorative thing to put there, so I was like, yeah, we'll go for that. Right here is the inn that she built. She did this 100%, all her. It's Taz's treehouse. Got the wood poles underneath the windows once again for ledges. Got plants out in front. And here is the front room to the inn. Nice couch with carpeted area. And what this carpet is actually peach adobe that she's put in. A little public toilet there. It's a wooden desk she spun around just to make into a counter space. Got some pictures up. These are also wooden desks. This is the reception desk. Back here we have the manager's office. Got a wall safe. Got a desk safe on a table, a desk, TV, office chair. This little wood panel here is supposed to be where they hang the room keys. And here is the kitchen. Made some fridges, the fridge bottoms and the fridge tops. We've got cabinets up top, cabinets on the bottom, cooking fires, because you can't make stoves, which kind of sucks, but you work with what you got. And she's got a little bathroom back here for the employees. Apparently the employees like to shower while people are cooking good food, and showering apparently goes together in my wife's little world. We put up some more wood poles. This is where you would hang pots and pans in real life over the island counter there. She put that in. It's kind of creative. I like it. We'll take you upstairs to where the rooms are. It's a zombie apocalypse, and no one actually gets, it's not a 5-star hotel or nothing. But it's nice little rooms for everybody. Candle lit, because the electricity don't work in this world anymore. This will be my room. As you can tell, it's laid out completely different from the ones I've showed you. Got a bathroom and a shower over here. Bathroom and a shower over here. This is the wife's room. She apparently stuck herself a wood chest there for gear just in case she died, but that hasn't happened since we've really built into this castle. We've got more rooms. And placing the things in these rooms was a little bit difficult because, as you can see, the walls are just wood plates we've doubled up on. And the only reason we doubled up on it, she had single ones, but I thought, it needed to look more of a doorway at the top instead of horse stall. So I put a layer of plates on the outside of one of the walls. She liked it, so she kind of ran with it across the whole thing. We never actually tried to put in doors. I guess we should have tried that. That would have been kind of cool. Oh well, too late now. I like it the way it is. If zombies are running inside here, you're screwed anyway, so respawning there won't matter. Up here's her blueberry garden up on top of the inn. So she wants to be able to hide in these things and shoot any intruders, aka zombies. Plus it's nice, neat little access to the roof, so, and the wall of the castle. So, win-win there. We've got some stairs that also go up to the wall of the castle, just in case you need to traverse it. Over here, this thing with the giant-ass roof, it's not really a giant-ass roof. I put ramps instead of corners because I thought it would look cooler. It made too big of a corner on the roof, but I thought, it's different from everything else, so we'll kind of roll with that. This right here, the building, is our storage building. And this is where all of our storage chests are. In the back is where I keep the weapons, the ammo, and up here, most of this stuff is empty, or it was. The wife has been busy organizing things while I was putting finishing touches on. This is where we keep everything that we've gathered, except food and water. All the random stuff, all the building supplies, whole 9 yards. Nice big building. That I'm gonna save for last, because there's a sad story behind that building right there. Right here's our fountain. It looks much better in the daytime. I'll shine a little bit of light on it so you can see. We put in water with water buckets. Flows nicely inside the fountain. We tried putting water up here hoping it would kind of flow down there even if it looked ugly, but it won't do it. You know, water physics not being a thing in this game, so yeah, there's that. That's our nice little fountain, our public splashing fountain. Over here we have our supposed to be stables. Got a bunch of hay there, bunch of sawed off logs from trees. But since we don't have horses in this game, we put our horsepower in here. So here's our mini bikes in all the stalls, except that one because we've only had 3 people in this game, me, my wife, and my brother. And he's only been on twice. We've got a workbench here for no reason other than it looked cool. Keep all our mini bike parts in here. Nothing there. Keep all our gas here. I have hay bales on the side just for, just for looks. Got a slanted roof on this thing up until I got tired of trying to slant it. I built that roof after the whole collapse ordeal that you guys are going to see later. Up here is our garden. Got corn up here, potatoes, and she goes all the way back this whole length of this side here. More than enough food to feed an army. Got another thing of hay bales stacked all the way up there. Jump on it. Secondary access or exit from the garden. Now right here, how I built the supports of this garden. These are wooden support poles. You can place the wooden support poles down, and once you get one facing this way and the other one facing that way, you can start stacking poles on top of each other. And you could take these straight up or take them straight across, and they seem to hold a lot of weight. They're really good at that. And the only thing I had to do, I did down one whole side, down the other whole side. And as I was putting on the whole platform, I got kind of paranoid that it would collapse and ruin the whole thing. So in there, I put just one row, straight down the center. And it supported all of that, plus the corn and the potatoes and the dirt. Now, these poles are fantastic because you can shoot through them, but don't think that they're a good defense, because if you duck down, you can walk right through it. You can go right through these openings right here. Nice little place for hide and seek, but crawler zombies and spider zombies will come in here and eat your balls off. So I don't recommend it. Let's see. What else to show you? Let's go for the cathedral. As you can see, I made it a big bastard. And she goes back a ways. Went ahead and put doors on this, on the front of it, just because every church has doors. And this is the Church of Zombie Splattering. Made a little symbol in the wall there. It's like a diamond pattern. That's 2 whole missing blocks. I've got ramps in all the rest of these to give me the little triangles there. It's a nice little design. I figured it's better than nothing. Instead of pews, since we can't really make pews in this version of the game, I just made leather couches. You know, church is boring as shit. Might as well get comfortable, because it lasts forever most times. Now, I have, these are actually cabinets that I've made and put candles on top of them to simulate, like, I don't know, some kind of an altar, I guess. I've got redwood poles that go all the way from the floor right here all the way up to the ceiling. It's what's supporting everything you see above us. Put candles on there, give it this little spooky at nighttime vibe. We have a throne, holy relics inside of a display case. That's adobe blocks, adobe plates, and business glass blocks. There's a fuel barrel there, a mini bike in here, which was a pain in the ass to put in, by the way. Got more cabinets with candles here, and more here underneath the stairwells. There's one stairwell on each side. And I know it's dark in here, but that's the whole point of doing this at night, so you can see the ambience of the place. Up here we have some actual chairs. We've got candles, and I put wood poles on this block here and put candles on the block above it so that you can see, it makes it look like a little shelf lip coming off the wall holding up the candles. And from here you can look down into the church. See all the pews. If zombies were to break in, you'd get up here and try to hold them off down there, but you know they're going to run their ass up the steps. This is not the safest place in the world. However, you can jump off the railing, land on the couch, and be good to go. Made another display case here. Put wood spike log and regular wood spikes inside the display case. I used cabinets at the bottom there, and adobe plates at the top. Hey Echo, how's it going? Doing the final base tour here. Got more wood chairs there, along with the candles and the shelf lips. And I put a skylight in because, as you can see, there's no support for this roof other than these poles. And the skylight here stops at 4 blocks from the pole there and 4 blocks from the pole there. I was afraid if I go anymore, I'm going to collapse this entire roof. Well, all I had left that wasn't supported was the section where the skylight was. Skylights don't weigh much at all, so I went ahead and put that in there. And it keeps it from getting too lit up anyways, even in the daytime, so it kind of worked out perfect. Alright. See, as you can see, can jump off, land on the couch. No broken legs, no damage, no nothing. Alright. Now I'm going to show you guys the final section of the base. I had showed a piece of this off before, and you all know that it was a dungeon down here. Was a dungeon. I had one hell of a collapse while finishing it off. I used to have cells here. I no longer have cells here. I lost everything, including a section of my wall I had to rebuild. And this was just yesterday. This, all the cobblestone you see down there was the entirety of the room that I had built. And I was putting in, right where that line stops, I was putting in a ceiling of cobblestone. This whole entire thing collapsed once I was putting in the very last cobblestone blocks. I didn't know what I was going to do. There was no way in hell I was going to go beat on grass for another 2 hours to make enough cobblestone frames to refill the ceiling in, and then try to put dirt on top of all that, because let's be honest, that would have taken me 2 real life days to fill all that crap back in. So down there, when this all collapsed too, it all collapsed back here. Both cells that I had completely collapsed all the way to the doorway. It actually collapsed some of this in here and made cross patterns where the doors were at the top and the doors at the bottom were. It was crazy looking. I had originally collapsed all of this and filled it back in after putting up the cobblestone roof so that I could make the second layer. I came down here, hollowed it all out, filled it in with cobblestone, and in here, this gigantic room you see before you was going to be a torture room. I was going to have hanging cages, I was going to have the rack, I was going to come up with a way to put an Iron Maiden in this son of a bitch. I was going to find a way. It was going to be amazing. When all this collapsed, and I had to rebuild that wall, I decided, screw it, I'm leaving it open. Toothy time. So I made a giant toothy. Zombies can run around here, fall down, and get beat upon real easy like. This is a fully functional toothy. I went ahead and decided if zombies come from that way, they're going to fall, hit those spikes, which are 2 layers of wood logs, as you can see, and I don't know, 4 layers of wood spikes. So they're going to have to plow through all of that to get into here. Now we're going to go back to the top of this. I was trying to figure out a second way to get into the base. So I decided that on a horde night, I would just put one of the poles right here, and that would, and a tooth, a pole coming straight down there, and turn each of these doorways into a toothy where nothing could get in through here. Because I decided to go ahead and make a mini bike tunnel that come all the way out of that collapsed hole to above ground there. Put a little archway so that we could find it even in nighttime. You can see the section of wall that we completely lost and had to rebuild. You can see the spikes I lost as it all fell. That was almost a heartbreaker, especially since I was home all day yesterday to do it because my car broke down and I had to take a day off from work 2 hours into having started. So I was doing some sulking and some building when that happened, and I was just like, you know what? Fine, let's leave the hole. For any of you who haven't read my post on the forums, it's 18 wide from that wall to that wall, 23 or 22 wide from the doorways there to the wall down here, and it's like another 22, 23 from the top of this hole all the way down to the bottom. It was over 9,000 blocks that collapsed in. 9,000 blocks. I was not filling in 9,000 blocks. I did the math and said, screw that. So on the outside here, it's completely spider proof. I don't want to get too close to the spikes, but I'll show you. On the slanted sections, these are not full blocks. They're actually ramps that are going into the blocks. You can see from the partially destroyed wall, the full blocks came in at an angle, so I needed to fill those in, make it look like a smooth wall. I wasn't about to try to refill that in once I built that there. It's just gonna have to live with that. Over here, since it's not slanted, since it's the actual straight blocks, I went ahead and put cobblestone ramps. This should keep all the spiders from getting in. Now the spiders were also, we kept having problems with them time after time, to where they would just get stuck in the corners. So I added these ramps into the corners, and the spiders didn't get stuck anymore. They'd just hit it, slide over to the side, and keep on moving down the wall. So that eliminated the spider getting stuck in the corner and plowing its way through my wall from here to eternity. And put a row of spikes in just because those bastards are relentless. Over here on the slanted wall, did the same thing. Just put in the ramps, spun them around to where you can actually shoot through those at anything that happens to be milling around the wall there. And you can also walk across it too. You have to be careful. You can fall in between those ramps. We've got more ramps spun up like a normal lip there. There's more slanted ramps. Here I just used the roof of the tavern for the lip on the wall. Figure why not. Right here I've got a ramp. Got more ramps put in there to keep spiders from coming out. And also keep them from getting stuck in the corner. We modified the toothy sections with concrete so they weren't destroyed as easily as the cobblestone was. I didn't want to move away from the cobblestone because it was the one unifying thing we had for our whole castle. But after day 35, Horde, I think it was, they busted through the wall here. And so I decided toothy build time. So we have a fully functional toothy on the entire entrance of this castle. And here we don't need the teeth because we have whole blocks and they can't get around it anyways. So it functions as a toothy. You just can't jump through there. However, you can jump through here. Now on Horde nights, all we would do with this door, zombies would run right through. But what we'll do, I'll actually show you. And it's daytime as well. So we'll be getting on to the daytime part of the tour as well. Notice I have my mining helmet off. Torches in the storeroom, keep it all nice and lit. Alright, give me 2 seconds here. I've got my concrete wedge tips, and where are my concrete poles? Concrete pole. Perfect. Alright. Now, during hordes or anything that we expected to have any problems with, all we would do is come in here, plop down a wedge, there we go. And it's kind of a pain in the ass to put in. I'll do it from the outside. We did that right there. Counts as a whole block. They can get up here all they want. This lip stops them from climbing any further. And it's just temporary toothy. They can punch through it all they want, do us the favor, or we can just, you know, when Horde Night was over, just pickaxe our way through it. Takes us a few, so we really like the zombies punching it for us. But it turned into a non-entrance for them, so they actually just would swarm the toothy sides, and we could fight them with ease. You know, they never got in, hardly did any damage to us anymore. As you can see, I've got my life up to 183 finally. Yeah, the Builders Challenge was a contest on the forums and under general discussion. There are, on the forums, there are the PC forums, and then underneath the PC forums are the console forums. And it was under general discussion under the console forums. Alright. The floor here was the original floor I put in. And for a long time we actually fought the zombies out in the open here. So we called this our dance floor. And dance we did. We fought many zombies head to head with melee weapons on this very floor. Thank God the corpses don't dent the peach and white adobe. Hell, I'm pretty sure if I go through here with a hammer, I can find quite a few things that need to be repaired, as you can see. Shotgun blasts, crossbow bolts, sometimes clubs trying to get the damn crawlers. Yeah, it always got a little interesting in here before I redid the front and put in the toothy design. Alright. Now here's the tavern in the daytime. Notice I don't have the headlamp on. In the daytime we definitely don't need the fireplace going. We've got our beer barrels there. Beer kegs. See, everything looks completely different in the daytime than it did at night. And it's kind of a sweet looking little build. There's our fountain. There's our farm. Up on stilts, that way zombies don't spawn on the dirt inside there. We've tested it. That works. Just like building up on a roof, zombies will not spawn on the dirt. Here's our stables during the daytime, where we keep our mini bikes. Nice big roof. I thought I was going to collapse that roof putting her in, but she held. Gotta love you some wood shingles. There's the symbol in front of our cathedral again. See all the way through it. Look how much different the cathedral looks in the daytime. And this is early morning with the sun having just come up and starting to bleed the sun into the cathedral. You can see the little triangle there shot a shaft of sunlight and it's hit the wood. Later on it'll be down here up against the couch pews. Everything's lit up really nice in the daytime. Skylight does a good job of letting light in, but it's still not too much light. Still looks like a church. There's the big diamond from the center symbol there. Sunlight just shooting on through. This cathedral is probably my favorite part of the whole build. I didn't think I was going to get that roof in without collapsing it, and I damn sure did. That was quite a bit of luck. As you can see, in the daytime without the headlamp on, totally different atmosphere than at nighttime. This is why I did 2 run-throughs of this base, one during the day and one at night. All the lights you see, all the candles, all the torches that we have around this whole place were designed to add light in just the right places to make it look lived in, but not to be overwhelming. Down here, blacksmith is lit up like the 4th of July once light comes in through the sunroof there and through the open windowless holes that we put in. Everything's got just such a nice ambience to it. Even down here in the dungeon, I don't need my helmet on. See? Helmet's off. Don't need my helmet on in here. A lot of it's due to the frickin' astrologium, or whatever the hell you want to call this giant-ass star-watching hole. I'm still so mad this thing collapsed on me. The mini bike tunnel stays lit up nicely. Everything just has a different vibe, non-creepy vibe to it in the daytime. Where at nighttime it's oppressive, but you have enough light to see what's going on to scare the shit out of you. And down here is the fall pit toothy. That's a good name for it. Fall Pit Toothy. I think I'm going to stick with that. First time I ever made a Fall Pit Toothy. I like to stay active in my defense. So the spikes on the outside of the walls were just because spiders were pissing me off. And I got tired of dealing with them. But I like to stay active. I like to fight zombies head to head if I can. Even if the Toothy does provide basic invulnerability. It's nice to not let the defenses do all the work. And that's going to pay off if we ever get zombie kill XP onto the consoles. Because I won't have to get used to fighting without spikes. But there she is, ladies and gentlemen. That is my castle build. My pride and joy. I have to say, this is the biggest castle. The biggest build, period, that I have ever done. And the 2 collapses I had were the most heart-wrenching collapses I have ever had in this game. I've learned a lot building this thing. And I look forward to the challenge we have in the coming month, which is actually, we should get the challenge in the next week or so. I'm looking forward to it to see what we have to build next, and I'm ready for something other than cobblestone. Oh God, I'm tired of cobblestone. Don't let me down, Claire. Alright guys, well, that's all that I have for you. I hope you like the build, and wish me luck, because some guys have kept their builds real private, and I've seen what people can build, and I can't even touch some of the stuff they can build, so here's hoping. If you guys beat me, then I know it's better than this, and I look forward to seeing it. I cannot wait to see how awesome everybody's build's going to be. But, good night, everybody. I'm getting ready to post this on the forums, and good luck with your builds.